It's week 9 of Hicks 5-minute picks. So far this season, 21-18 against the spread. We though got a theme for you here in week number 9, and it's this: protect this house. We must protect this house. Shout out Under Armour. Plenty of ranked teams this week are welcoming in fellow ranked opponents to their house. Which team is a true college football playoff contender? Which teams are coming out victorious at protecting their home turf? Let's find out. The only non-ranked, unranked matchup we're going to get into here. Number 4, Ohio State welcoming in Nebraska. Buckeyes 25.5 point favorites. They win and they cover, so they do protect the house. Shocker, I know. But it's not going to be as easy as you think. Nebraska's defense, specifically their run defense, outside of last week against Indiana, is one of the best in the country. They are really damn good. And that's important because this week, Ohio State will be without their left tackle, Josh Simmons, who's actually out for the rest of the year with an injury. So that offensive line that's been a question mark now, their depth is getting tested. That's a bad matchup, I think. So the Buckeyes are going to struggle, I think, scoring points consistently in this game. Now, while they're still going to cover the almost 4 touchdown spread, is because Nebraska can't score. Dylan Raiola, the last 3 games, woof. 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. The Cornhuskers offense in that time, just 16 points per game. Not going to score enough to cover that big spread. Ohio State 31, Nebraska 3. Ohio State wins, covers, protects home field. Next game, number 12, Notre Dame at number 24, Navy. Now, this game is at MetLife Stadium, not a true home game for the midshipmen, but they are the home team, so we're going to go with it anyway. Irish 13-point favorites. These two teams are very similar. Offensively, what they want to do is run the ball down your throat, and they are 2 of the best rushing teams in all the country. Listen to how similar these two teams are. Navy averages 5.9 yards per carry. Notre Dame, 5.8. Navy, 23 rushing touchdowns this season. Notre Dame, 22. The difference in this game is going to be rush defense. Notre Dame's is a lot better. Look, to all those that served in the Navy, thank you. My cousin Danny, who works for there, doesn't serve there, shout out to you. So respectfully, I do this. Respectfully. Thank you again. But Navy this week, no, not going to have it. Their run defense this year, 92nd in the country. That's a concern. Riley Leonard is really now making a name for himself on the ground, really utilizing his legs. That's going to be where this game is won for me. Notre Dame has dominated this matchup, won 11 out of the last 12. That streak continues. Notre Dame 27, Navy 10. Irish win. They do cover. Navy does not protect home field. Let's go to the Big Ten. Number 20, Illinois at number 1, Oregon. Ducks 3 touchdown favorites here. Oregon wins. They cover. They protect home field. This is a nightmare matchup for the Illini because Oregon has the perfect blend of toughness and speed that the Illini just can't keep up with. Look, Illinois is a tough team. Like, they're a gritty team under Brett Bielema. Problem is, Oregon's tough as hell in the trenches. That offensive line, that defensive line, even without Jordan Burch, their all-world defensive end, who's not going to play in this game, Oregon is still dominant as hell. And then you go on the outside. You look at the speed of Tez Johnson, Evan Stewart. You saw how badly they burned Ohio State. I think Illinois is going to face a similar fate here as well. So Oregon, too fast, too tough for the Illini. 38-13, Oregon wins. Oregon covers. Does not mean Illinois is a bad team. I have a lot of respect for them. This matchup, though, not for them. Let's go to the SEC. Number 21, Mizzou. Going to number 15, Alabama. Crimson Tide, 13.5 point favorites. Look, Bama's down bad. They are down bad right now. Jalen Milroe's accuracy, his decision-making, they're horrible. That second half defense for Alabama, really starting with that Georgia game, is atrocious. And they are extremely undisciplined. They have the 5th most penalties in all the country so far this year. With that said, they win, they cover, they protect home field. Here is why. Paper Tigers. That's what the Mizzou Tigers should be called. They're frauds. This offense has not lived up to the hype that it was billed to be at in the preseason. Brady Cook had a movie-like performance last week, got her in the first drive, went to the hospital, came back, led a 4th quarter comeback over Auburn. Those heroics were great last week against Auburn. Not going to work this week at Alabama. Give me the Tide here to win and cover, 31-14. Number 5, Texas. On the road, 18.5 point favorites at Vandy. 2 things worked against Texas this week that's going to lead them to a win and cover in Nashville this week. Number 1, they came in too cocky. definitely were reading their press clippings, came in too cocky. The other thing is they faced a loaded defense in Georgia who had a big-time chip on their shoulder. Neither will be a problem for the Longhorns this week. That loss was the wake-up call I think Sark and this team needed. Quinn Ewers will bounce back. Texas's defense played, I thought, really well in that game. Offense kind of screwed them with some turnovers and bad field position. So just like the million bachelorette parties that are going to happen this week in Nashville, Texas is going there, going to have a good time as well. 38-10, Texas over Vandy. Final game here, number 8 LSU going to Texas A&M, 14th in the country. Aggies 2.5-point favorites. Aggies win, Aggies cover, Aggies protect home field. This is going to be a defensive-minded battle here, and I trust A&M's defense. One of the best scoring defenses in all the country. Now, their weakness is their secondary. With that said, I trust that unit more than I trust Garrett Nussmeier, who is way too inconsistent for me, who's way too inaccurate for me, who is way too up and down to trust. Lower scoring defensive battle, A&M at home, 27-20 over LSU. As a reminder, you can't spell LSU without the L.